Thank you so much. So, Will, I brought some props with myself, and I also
Nice.
brought some questions. Okay, so we can get this thing popping. You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean?
Go ahead, bro. Yes, awesome.
So, Will, I just want to ask you some quick questions. What year did you start your retro journey in collecting?
Wow. That's the thing, man. So I'm a 90s. 90s is kind of where I really did my growing up, but I'm an 80s baby,
Okay.
right? So don't remember much until I was 5, 6 years old. But really it ended up being, when you start out collecting, when you start out getting the toys, right? So think about
Mm.
it. For me, that meant the toys that were for me were the stuff that's still hot now, which is what I love. So you
Ooh.
mean you're talking about Transformers,
Yes, sir.
Thundercats, right? G.I. Joe, you know,
Woo.
um, oh my gosh. So that's the stuff that I started out wrestling, wrestling
Ooh,
back then,
yes,
right?
sir.
With
He
Hulk
smells the
Hogan,
rock is
Junkyard,
cooking.
Junkyard Dog. So that's the stuff where I'm like real little and playing with action figures, not dolls, action
Okay.
figures. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yes,
sitting there
sir.
playing, collecting the turtles. But I didn't think about it in terms of collectability back then, right? I
Mm.
thought about collecting like I want all four turtles, right? Or I want my favorite wrestlers, right? You know what I'm trying to
Yes,
say? The
I
good
understand.
guys. That kind of stuff. So that's how it started. When I got a little older and the 90s really kicked in, that's when I started getting into which now the MCU and all that good
Okay.
stuff, right? That's when
Yes,
I started
sir.
really collecting comic books, man. And that's when
Okay.
it's awesome. I know you got the Marvel cabinet, the Marvel arcade cabinet.
Yes,
You
sir.
know,
Sitting right over here.
yeah, you talk about so all that stuff. I started collecting. I still got all that stuff in my mom's house, unless she sold it
Wow.
back in Patterson, New
Oh,
Jersey. So I got Infinity Gauntlet #1.
wow.
In a
That's
crispy
crazy.
cover. I got the one where Superman died, whatever, Superman
Woo.
75. I remember getting in line, waiting on that, everybody camping out. I got the one
Oh,
where
man.
Batman got his back broken by Bane. You know what I'm trying to
Oh, my
say?
goodness.
I got
Yes, yes,
sword.
yes.
Yes, I got so that's when I started collecting, right? And
Okay.
then, TJX, one of the things that connected us like the kindred spirits is again, you're buying stuff back then because you like it and you don't
Mm-hmm.
realize that it has collectability. So I had the starter jackets, right? So me, I'm a giant.
Sweet.
I bought the ones I was a fan of. So I had a Giants one. I had a Chicago Bulls one, starter
Ooh,
caps.
dope.
You know what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying? I had the starter jackets, the thicker ones, like almost coat, but it's like the
Oh,
pullovers.
yeah.
So
Oh,
so
Will, after you said that, you mean one of
ooh,
these? One of Chicago
oh
Bulls
yes.
exclusively with the starter fatback? Yes, sir. I know exactly
Ooh.
what you mean.
That's what's up. And like I was telling you, man, the crazy thing is everybody wanted those. They was just hot. So even if you had them, and I grew up in a bad part of town, a bad area.
Well, people
You know what I'm
being
trying to
ill
say?
over them type stuff?
People was getting robbed for them, man. People was getting
That's
robbed,
what they
and
were saying. I was so curious about that.
yeah. So people,
Why?
I guess, that's just how it was in the hood back then, right? So some people,
Yeah, I get that.
if you had it and then other people wanted it and they would rob it. Now, the thing is, if I recall correctly, it's not like they were super duper expensive. I get Jordans. I understand Jordans,
Yes.
but I don't think the starter jackets, especially like the little thin windbreaker ones, I think maybe they
Like
were like
right
six.
here, that's the
Yeah, maybe
official.
like
Yes,
and of
sir.
course, yeah, it's especially like inflation. I mean, back then it was probably 50, $60. You get
Okay.
it on clearance. Listen, man, and I wasn't rich or nothing like that. I grew up on welfare and food stamps and stuff like that. So my
Mhm.
mom, would get me the shirts. I'd get the bull shirt, right? I'd get the three-piece shirt when they did their
Okay.
second three-peat
I get
on clearance. My
it.
mom
That's
would get me
funny.
that on clearance. So it'd be like 3 years later, she gave me the first three-peat with Craig Hodges
That's
and stuff like
funny.
that on it. You know what I'm
But
saying?
hey, at
So
least
I'm
I
like,
got it.
I got the three-piece shirt. Like, wait, that thing says 91, 92, 93, man. You gotta, Jordan done played baseball
That's
and came
OG
back.
OG. That's funny,
So,
Will. I'm gonna go into a
but
quick little detail what
yes,
happened to
sir.
me during the
Yes, sir.
for me when I started collecting in my early days. Believe
Yes,
this or
sir.
not, okay? A lot of people don't believe me. It's the VHS collecting, okay? When it came
Ooh,
to VHS only, especially like the orange box when I was a little kid,
ooh,
my mom and
yeah.
dad will always give me like the Nick at Night, maybe some of the Rugrats type stuff. And then for me,
Ooh.
I would just always see them like in my house lined up. You know what I mean? So
That's
then
good.
I would be like, yo, let me start collecting these at everywhere I would go. Just the Michael Jordan's
Oh, I
playground
remember
one.
that one.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
And this
awesome.
one had I believe it had what Kid and Play in the movie.
Yeah,
And
I think so. Yeah.
who else was it? Oh, Full Force. Remember Full Force?
Yep.
Yes, they were in this movie too. But what I was trying to say, Will, is that when I first started collecting, it was started with VHS and VHS only. I'd always go to Goodwills and Salvation Armies. That's where my journey started, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question, man.
Yeah.
You know, right? Because this is always, and it kind of ties into the new stuff, right? Because what we're talking about, and you picked up and showed the VHS, right?
Yes,
and it's amazing. It's beautiful. You're touching it. You're feeling it, right? You need a VCR. You need a thing to play it if you ever need to play it, right? But at the very least, it's nostalgia, right? Today, I just received, which has a big thing in nostalgia, a complete in-box Super Mario Brothers 2, right?
Ooh.
And I sent a picture of it to my dad, who's still alive, right? And I remember when I was little, and my dad surprised me with one, right? But here's the thing, and that's where the nostalgia comes in. Here's the thing now, and you got people pushing it hard, those NFTs, and we're NBA fans. So the NFTs is basically the concept and the technology behind NBA Top Shot, right? Or Top Shot, I mean.
Yeah. I know
So
exactly
now
what you're about to say.
you got people doing and collecting and trading and doing this. And the thing that I still haven't been able to wrap my arm around is exactly what you did. You pulled out the VHS. That's hot. I remember it. You remember it. I got the game.
Exactly.
It brings back memories and everything like that. Like, what are you going to do with these non-fungible, tokens, right? These highlights. Like, I don't get it. Like, behind me, I got a green screen stuff. Normally in my office or anything like that, or the other side of the office, you'll see my whole collection of Funko Pops in the background, right?
Oh,
and
really? I didn't know you collected those. That's really cool.
Yeah, my wife and I, the whole household, we got like hundreds. But
Awesome. Wow.
What are you going to do with NFTs? Like, how are you going to show off your NFTs? You're going to say, hey, man, let me show you pictures of my wife and kids. And also, let me show you that LeBron James dunking on.
Seriously, it makes no sense.
I haven't put my mind around it. So maybe Tjacks, maybe you can help me with that, because I understand what you just showed me, the jacket. You showed me this, and it brings the nostalgia back. Yo, I feel like I'm back in the 90s, right? You brought Michael Jordan Playground. I'm thinking it. You said Full Force. You said Kid and Play.
Yes, sir. You know what it is.
How 20 years from now hey, man, let me show you mine. I don't get it.
I think personally, Will, it goes to what do you value and what do you remember? You know what I mean? I value the nostalgia. I value going out and finding old school Power Ranger toys at the Salvation Army. Yes. I value finding old school DVDs like Do the Right Thing. I value that.
Yes.
Yo, that's one of my favorite movies all the time. This is my character. Do the Right Thing. Mookie, everything. Radio Raheem, you already know what it is. But what I'm trying to say is this, Will. When you're out there on the hunt, when you're out there trying to find whatever you are looking for, you got to dig. Okay? It's not going to be right there for you. You have to dig for it, and you have to be passionate about it. To me, my passions are the old school clothes and the video games. So that's what I'm going to go look for. So it's up to you. What do you value, and what can you look for and find, and keep on digging at the end of the day.
Yeah, and one of the things right now, and I love your show. I love how you do the finding and you go out there, right? Unfortunately, with the past year, how we've been, right? Because what I do is I go to a lot of these retro events, right? And I'm fortunate now to live in the Orlando area, where with video gaming, esports, and that's part of the reason to strategically move around here. There's still a big scene around that. So there's a lot of conventions. There's Florida Free Play, but my family and I, we still travel. So we go to Portland Retro Game Con. We'll go to the retro game convention that they're having in Dallas. I forget the name right now. We'll go to TwitchCon. We'll go to these places. We'll go to some of the local ones. And when we see something and I get that nostalgia factor, I get it, especially at a great price. And the thing that I see about it too, is that they hold their value, and it's something that if I ever needed to, in a pinch or something like that, somebody needed a kidney in the family or something, and I got to sell my collection, it would hold its value or increase in its value. And that's one of the things I appreciate. There's still some of the stuff where I don't understand it. Like we just talked about NFTs. If we talk
Mm-hmm.
about video games, right? See, if you want to have like a museum or something like that, like there's some people that remain nameless that are sitting there hitting people.
We know who
up,
they
trying
are,
to,
but it's okay.
yeah, trying to build museums. I can
Mhm.
understand that too, right? Because there's a
For
way
sure.
kind of how to monetize that. But like me and you talked about, it's more for our nostalgia, more for our feels, more to get that connection. But at the same time, if I ever needed to liquidate it, I'm confident that I could liquidate it for at least the same, if not more than what I paid for it.
Exactly. If not more than anything.
If not more. What I don't understand sometimes ends up being on the gaming tip, it's, you know, somebody buying a game and not playing it. Like that's just the thing I don't see. You rocking it, you wearing it, you wearing the hat, you wearing the jacket, you got the DVD.
My life value.
So you can play it, you can feel it, you can touch it. I don't understand somebody that these people that are buying the stuff and then they send it to get graded to get put in like, you know.
Ooh, that's a good debate.
I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I just don't.
Me personally, Will, every game that I have, I'm gonna play it. You know what I mean? I have to play every game I have because why is it just sitting here collecting dust?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it can look good, right? It look nice. I love looking at all the colors and everything. But for me personally, if I'm going to invest in it, I'm going to play it. You know what I mean? I'm going to enjoy it for at least 5 minutes. Take some time out your day to do it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
That's the key, man. That's what I'm saying, Tjacks. Like I'm the same thing. If it's about playing the games or wanting the game, I want to play the game, right? I got this Castlevania kind of background on the green screen or whatever like that. I love Castlevania, right? They broke into my house in Patterson again. I'm from Patterson, New Jersey, and everything like that. I love Patterson,
but running and gunning.
Yeah, they broke in, they stole all my collection I had at the time, you know, and I had all the Castlevanias, right? So I had Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but I played them. It's not like I had them. I had them and they were in my nice collection, but I played them even right now. Like it might be every 5 years, but I would break it out and play it.
Playing it though. Yep, but you're gonna play
it. I don't get the people that want to buy it and then just put it, you know, and buy it. There's even places where me and you can sit there and go halvesies, right, on a Super Mario Brothers, you know,
exactly
9.5, and sit there and it's in a vault somewhere. And when they sell it, we split the profit. Like, I just don't get that, man.
To each his own. Well, I want to ask you another question really quickly.
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite game in your collection?
They just did the remake of it, right? My favorite game is Final Fantasy VII, and before they did the remake and everything like that, I had, and it's a funny story when you talk about collecting because this was before, really retro gaming got so hot and prices went crazy. I had to piece it together at one point. The black label version or whatever like that. I had to go on Craigslist. I had to go on, this is before Facebook. I had to go on this website called Digital Press.
I vaguely heard of that. Vaguely.
Yeah. I had to go there and I remember I drove to Sleepy Hollow, New York, man. It's actually a town. Really? It's actually a town. It is based on the story of the Headless Horseman, but it's actually a town. So I had to drive out there to Sleepy Hollow, man, and pick up some gear off of guys. But people did stuff like that, like exchange it. And I picked it up off this guy. I don't remember everything, but we sat there and we gamed for like 4 or 5 hours because I ain't drive an hour and a half for nothing. So we sat there gaming, politicking, building, and then all my stuff that I collected, all these stories. Right, because that's the thing. It's the story behind things, right, TJ? I had a Super Nintendo that, you know how much I bought it for? Brand new in a box, not in 92 or whatever when it came out, in probably like 2003, right? Brand new. Yeah. I bought it off of eBay when eBay first came out, and people used to be stupid and charge like X amount for shipping and handling to kind of circumvent the fees. So this one guy, he was charging like $100 shipping and handling, or free local pickup. So you start bids at 99 cents. So I waited to the last minute. Nobody was bidding on it because nobody wanted to pay the $110 shipping and handling because they was like, yo.
For sure, I get that.
Last minute, 99 cents. Boop. I emailed the guy and I said, when can I pick it up? When can I pick it up? He was laughing. He's like, yo, he gave me the address and everything like that. He was a guy our age type, right? He was a guy our age.
That's crazy.
But he's married. He was at a storage unit. Bro, This guy had Street Fighter 2 in a box, all
What?
these things. He had all this stuff. I was there like, so
bruh.
he made money off of me. I was there like, yo, how much for that? $50. Here you go. How much for that? $60. Brand new in a box, Super Mario 3. Boom, boom, boom.
What? That's crazy.
I bought all that stuff off of him. And like I said, then they stole all my stuff. They probably brought it to some Salvation Army, right? Yep. Some and somebody else. And I, you know, my motto back then, and I felt bad and everything like that, but I was like, you know what? At some point, I'll get all that stuff over again, right? I'll buy it over. And that's what I did. So I bought the stuff over again. But you know what? Somebody probably got a real nice collection with my stuff from like I got stolen from me 12 years ago.
That's so funny, Will. I want to share with you really quick one of my favorite games in my collection before we head on out of here. It is Tomba 2, The Evil Swine Return on the PlayStation 1. I don't know if you have you ever heard of this game, Will? Yeah. Oh yeah, I got a nice PlayStation, like I support people. This guy put together like a PlayStation Bible or something on Kickstarter. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, okay. And I bought it from him, and it has basically, it's kind of like this guy, what's his rig? Pat the NES Punk has the NES and SNES Omnibus.
The Nintendo, Super Nintendo, yep.
Yeah, this guy did one for PS1, man. So yeah, well versed in all that stuff, man. And that's a nice piece in your collection too.
Yes. Well, the funny thing about it is it's a reproduction case, but the CD is authentic. So I got the repro case on like Etsy.com, and yeah, man, this is my favorite game in my collection. I remember buying this originally at the Blockbuster in my neighborhood of Kalamazoo, Michigan. Insane, right?
But at least the key thing is you played it. You were playing it. You can play it.
I played it. I kept it. You know what I mean? It's part of the
take it out and play it, right? You know, you can put it on yourself. But you know what? 3 years from now, you're like, you know what? Like right now, it's spring break for me and the kids. So that's how come I got a little bit of time to sit here and chat with you, play a little bit of games. You know, my back catalog is insane, man. I still got games for the Wii that I bought.
What you playing right now, Will?
So right now I'm doing Link to the Past just because Zelda 35.
I saw that. Okay, I saw that on your channel. Yep.
But I gotta catch up with. I took advantage of they had a deal on the Assassin's Creed on Xbox Live. So I bought for my daughter and I bought like I've never played. Check this out. I've never played any Assassin's Creed except no. I never played any of them. I was about to say my bad. No, I haven't the first one, but I was like, nah, I didn't even get a chance. I bought it, but never got a chance to play it.
Okay, yeah. I remember.
So I bought all of them on a sale.
No, go ahead, Will. What'd you say?
No, I said I bought all of them on a sale, and I want to get into them. Right, and my daughter's is playing them right now, but I want to get into them. But right now, Zelda 35, I'm just live streaming, getting the nostalgia.
Yes, sir. I love what I've been seeing out there.
Yeah.
I want to add one more thing.
Yes, sir.
For all the people out there who want to start collecting and stuff like that, if you want to start collecting cheap for the PlayStation, I would highly recommend starting for the first game, which is Tetris Plus on the PlayStation. Me and my girl play this all the time. Will, it is one of our favorite games. Good competition. Oh, yeah. It's only like $5 nowadays. So if you want to get a good game on the cheap, I highly recommend Tetris Plus. I love the soundtrack on it. It's so nostalgic. You know what I mean?
If my advice to people, if they want to collect, man, and I know we both follow him, CJR, right?
I know CJR is so good. I love him.
He's got a great mentality of how he does it. And a lot of people do it, right? The Retro Pixel Gaming Squad or whatever like that.
Game Squad.
They do it like that too, where they sit there and buy lots. Garage sales, everything like that. And then they take what they need and then sell what they don't, right? And that's a great, if you want to build a big collection and you want to build it quickly, like basically start flipping that, right? Buy it, go to estate sales, go to garage sales, go to the Salvation Army, and that's part of the fun. Like you said earlier, it's the hunt. It's the hunt.
The hunt is always about.
When I came across so that Final Fantasy VII story where I put it all together, I ended up having multiple copies because one time I found, I think it was on Craigslist when Craigslist first came out, this dude was selling a collection and he posted it and I pinged him and I went to meet him and picked it up and he had a Symphony of the Night black label and he had an original, I think it was actually the Final Fantasy VII because I had it at one time. I'm wondering if it was that guy, the one that has like a misprint. That's even worth more than the first one. It has like a misprint on it. It was like, dude, and I got the stuff like he had it in a shoebox, bro. And I got the stuff for like $30.
There you go. There you
It's
go.
like I have friends that they live where they get a lot of stuff. Friends that live in I forget where it is, South or North Carolina, where a lot of the military people get deployed. And when they get deployed, they're like selling their stuff or whatever like that, right? And he gets a lot of stuff cheap. And he's supposed to, I gotta remind him, Mike, man, send me that stuff. He got like all these like Wii U's and
Well, there
Wii
you go.
systems. He's like, oh, I'm gonna send them your way, man. I got them dirt cheap and everything. I'm like, dude. But that's the thing, man. If you could do that, like you see somebody they're selling a lot or whatever like that, buy the lot, take the CJR retro method, keep what you want, sell the rest, right? And you get that money and keep rinse and repeat. You'll turn around, you'll have a huge collection. You have a huge collection with barely any money out of your pocket. Barely.
I agree totally. Hey, Will, do you want to share what conventions you'll be at coming up pretty soon for the 2021 year?
Yeah, that's a great one, right? So on our website, I'm not trying to plug it, Tjacks here, but on our website we have an events tab, and right now we're keeping track of all the events because a lot of them are still up in the air because of the pandemic and stuff. What normally I would go to every year is Portland Retro Game Con. That's usually in the summer, and it's in Portland. I usually go to the retro one that's in Dallas. That's usually around the fall.
Retropalooza?
I think that's what it is. Yeah. The one that Game Chasers. Yeah. Where those guys went. Yep. Game Chasers. RGT. Yes. 8-bit guy was going to be there. Yeah. That one. Usually the one that's up in Long Island. I forget the name of that one too. The one out here by me, Florida Free Play. Right. That's usually in the fall. Right. And then what I want to attend to is TwitchCon when that picks back up. E3 CES. So that's where you can catch us. And definitely JLS Gaming, when we attend these events, we'll either be in a panel or we'll get a booth. Because one thing we love, man, is one thing we love is hanging out with retro collectors, not just games. Because me and Tjacks, we talking about movies, we talking about 90s stuff. And I had a video with my friend that he we're both in cybersecurity, right? We're both high-level executives in cybersecurity. And he's got a channel back into cards, and he even got Gary V following him because he's a very good expert at cards, and card collecting is really picking up. We're not talking about just baseball, basketball, soccer, but Pokemon cards too, man.
The Pokemon are going crazy.
My daughter's 24, 25 years old, man. All right, I know I don't look that old, and she's 24, 25. I remember buying her packs. I remember buying her packs and her having a base, Series 1 Charizard. That thing right now, and I'm looking back like,
I think. It's insane. And now they're at the McDonald's selling them too now. It's crazy.
I should have kept them, man, Tjacks. I should have kept them instead of giving her. I even bought her Pokemon because, again, gamer. I bought her Pokemon the game before she even knew how to read.
In the box, all that. Crazy, man. But Will, if you want to catch me at one of these conventions, I will be at the Midwest Gaming Classic this year for the 2021 season. Last year, I missed it because of the pandemic. We were going to go and everything, but they canceled it on us. But this year, November, it's November 5th through the 7th, okay?
Dude.
So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I believe.
Listen, everybody, you heard it here first, right? I got to look into the camera. I got multiple cameras here, Tjacks, right? Y'all heard it here first then. So we gonna politic in person. If everything is good, listen, I'm gonna be vaccinated within the next 3 weeks. But everything else, I'm getting. You guys, if you guys saw on CES, they got that Razor mask. I'm already on the list for that. You seen that, Tjacks?
I gotta see it. I didn't catch it this time. I missed it.
It's basically, even past this, bro. I'm gonna wear this mask always. It's clear. It's got RGB lights. It's got a freaking filter in it. That's a heavy duty mask. So even when you catch me events, you're gonna be seeing me like Bane. I'm gonna be looking like Bane.
Not as buff. We're Bane.
Not as buff as Bane. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I put in that work, but you're gonna see me with the Bane type mask on all day.
Awesome, Will. Yeah. Well, I hope that we get to meet sometime soon. Well, I really do appreciate the time to chop it up with me, man. I'm glad that we got to take some time to be on JLS Gaming. I love your channel, man. You guys are doing real positive things out there.
Thank you, man. You guys. Likewise.
All right, well, we'll catch you on the flip side. You know what I'm saying?
All righty. Take care, guys.
All right, well, thank you so much, man. See ya.